Hello everyone in the Secrets to Sleep Baby and Toddler. My name is Courtney, I'm your host, I'm a pediatric sleep consultant, and I'm here to help you get a great night of sleep. Okay, so one thing I did this morning is I had a couple of chats with different families that were considering some sleep consulting, and one of the topics that came up regularly was basically, how do I know, what is causing the wake up or the wake ups, right? And so here's what I always like to go over is basically, what is your child, whether it's a baby, 4 months of age, or, kind of that age range, or a toddler, what is your baby or toddler requiring from you? Okay, so, is your toddler requiring you to just stand there and be present while they fall back asleep? Okay, then that is the thing that is causing the wake up. If your toddler wants you to go in and grab them a water bottle, grab them, a stuffed animal or something like that, pass their soother and put it in their mouth, then that is what is causing the wake up, okay? With babies, it's kind of like, what about your baby? What is causing the wake up? Does your baby want to nurse while falling back asleep? Does your baby want to, feed and take a really full bottle? Does your baby need to be rocked or snuggled in order to fall back asleep, okay? So basically, the thing that is causing the wake up is determined by the thing that they are asking for during the night, okay? It seems really simple. It seems pretty, clear, but I find that most families, one person said, one toddler mama said this morning, basically, is my toddler waking up in the night so that, because the crib is too small, maybe they need to go from a crib to a toddler bed, right? So to me, our children really don't care, about the location so much, right? That's not what this is about. To me, this toddler is waking up so that her mom would come over to him or her and give this toddler a water, or, put the blanket back on this toddler, okay? And I'm like, and the only way to stop the wake ups is actually to stop being the one to go in and give the toddler the water, and to stop pulling the blanket up, So my recommendation for this family was basically to, instead of going in and doing this, to stand at the doorway and go, okay, go grab your water, pull your blanket up, you've got this, you know what I mean? Because our toddlers are actually physically capable of these things, right? The wake up is not caused by any kind of unknown reason. It's not this thing, it's not that thing. It is caused by the exact thing that they want. If they want you just to stand there while they fall back asleep, then that is why they're waking up. They want you present in the room with them while they fall asleep. This is a legitimate reason for toddlers. I call it separation anxiety. They just want you to be there. They have separation anxiety. They feel better when you're present. Can we solve this? Absolutely. It doesn't mean that we need to be present while they fall asleep. It means that we need to work on the separation anxiety. So usually I like to do a gradual method where kind of we, in some way, shape, or form, start to decrease our parental presence while they fall asleep, so that we decrease their separation anxiety. Because it's not necessarily good or better for us to be present while they're falling asleep. What's really good and what's really best is, in general, for our children to feel really secure and really, confident while they're falling asleep, whether we're present in the room or not. Okay, so that's toddlers. With babies, so many families say, but I think that they're hungry, and that's fine. They might be hungry, right? Hungry babies can feed with their eyes open and fall asleep with their eyes open, okay? Babies that feel like they need the sucking motion in order to fall asleep, they fall asleep with their eyes closed, and if you try to wake them when they are feeding, they will cry and get really upset with you, because this is the thing that they are doing, not necessarily for hunger. This is the thing that they are doing in order to fall back asleep. So that's always a way to help kind of tell if it's, a hunger-based feed or if it is a sleep habit-related feed, okay? But in general, if your baby is waking up 7 times in the night to feed, okay, your baby is waking up because they feel like they really need a feed, whether they are hungry or not. And so people say, how do we solve these wake-ups? I can tell you that there is no amount of magnesium lotion that can stop your child from feeling like they need to have, a sucking motion feed in the middle of the night. We would actually have to work on this exact habit. We would have to actually, pinpoint this as the culprit. My child has a feed to sleep association. They need this feed. They need the sucking motion in order to fall back asleep. And we would actually have to, I like to do a gradual reduction process where they feed until very, very, very sleepy in the beginning phases. rather than feeding until fully 100% asleep. And then we kind of gradually reduce it so that they are doing feeding while they are, more awake, less sleepy over a 3-week period of time, with the end goal of our interaction with either our toddler or our, baby is, well, if there's a feed in the night, their feed is with eyes open and awake, and then they fall asleep, without parental help. So that's kind of how it works with our babies and our toddlers. Most of the wake-ups are habit-related, habit-based, and the solution that is required is a habit-based solution. Okay, so if you want some help with something like that, send me the DM. Let me know a little bit of basically what it is that your little one is waking up for, and we can talk about a solution together. I really love helping families. I've helped so many families work on some of these habit-based issues. I definitely had someone yesterday told me that, this saved my marriage, which is always one of those things that it feels almost a little crazy when someone said that, because I'm like, all I did was I helped your toddler get a better night of sleep. But I know that mom life is so tough, and that, we do a lot as moms, and there's so much going on, and you really need a great night of sleep to be able to do all of the things that you do as a mom. I know that I do. So, here's to having some good sleeps in future days, and send me those DMs if you want support making the process. Support through help through the process of making changes to sleep. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye.